Good Friday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, we made it to the end of another week. Glad you all could join us on this Friday. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up. We also have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. And in today's Entertainment Spotlight, you've been part of my conversation with best-selling author Jill Shalvis talking about her new book, Love for Beginners. Enjoy today's program. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Friday headlines. In international news, G7 nations expected to pledge 1 billion vaccine doses for the world. The group of 7 nations are set to commit to sharing at least 1 billion coronavirus shots with the world, British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announced Thursday, with half coming from the United States and 100 million from the UK, as President Joe Biden urges allies to join in speeding the pandemic's end and bolstering the strategic position of the world's wealthiest democracies. Johnson's announcement on the eve of the G7's Leaders Summit in England came hours after Biden committed to donating 500 million COVID-19 vaccine doses and previewed a coordinated effort by the advanced economies to make vaccination widely and speedily available everywhere. We're going to help lead the world out of this pandemic, working alongside our global partners, Biden said, adding that on today, the G7 nations would join the U.S. in outlining their vaccine donation commitments. The G7 also includes Canada, France, Germany, Italy, and Japan. The Prime Minister's office said the first 5 million UK doses will be shared in the coming weeks, with the remainder coming over the next year. Biden's own commitment was on top of the 80 million doses he has already pledged to donate by the end of June. At the G7 summit, I hope my fellow leaders will make similar pledges so that together we can vaccinate the world by the end of next year and build back better from coronavirus, Johnson said in a statement referencing the U.S. president's campaign slogan. Earlier Thursday, French President Emmanuel Macron welcomed the U.S. commitment and said Europe should do the same. He said France would share at least 30 million doses globally by year's end. I think the European Union needs to have at least the same level of ambition as the United States, he said at a news conference. He added that time was of the essence, saying it's almost more important to say how many doses we deliver the next month than making promises to be fulfilled in 18 months from now. In national news, CDC looking to reports of heart inflammation. U.S. health officials are investigating what appear to be higher than expected reports of heart inflammation in male teens and young adults after they get a second dose of the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines. It's not clear if the heart inflammation is caused by the shots, and the reports still are rare. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, it urges everyone 12 and older to get vaccinated. As of May 31st, the agency had 275 preliminary reports of such inflammation in 16 to 24-year-olds, the CDC told a government vaccine meeting on Thursday. That's out of more than 12 million second-dose injections of the vaccine. The cases seem to occur more often in men and in younger people, and most already have fully recovered. This kind of heart inflammation can be caused by a variety of infections, including a bout of COVID-19, as well as certain medications, and there have been rare reports following other types of vaccination. In more national news, senators eye $579 billion in new infrastructure spending, $1 trillion plan. A bipartisan group of senators is eyeing an infrastructure deal with $579 billion in new spending as negotiators try to strike a nearly $1 trillion deal on President Joe Biden's top priority, according to those briefed on the plan. The 10 senators have been huddling behind closed doors, encouraged by Biden to keep working on the effort after he walked away from a Republican-only proposal this week, unable to resolve differences. The senators are briefing their colleagues privately and caution changes could still be made. Our group, comprised of 10 senators, 5 from each party, has worked in good faith and reached a bipartisan agreement on a realistic compromise framework to modernize our nation's infrastructure and energy technologies, the senators said in a joint statement. In more national news, U.S. extends expiration date for J&J COVID vaccine by 6 weeks. Johnson & Johnson said Thursday that U.S. regulators extended the expiration date on millions of doses of its COVID-19 vaccine by 6 weeks. The company said a Food and Drug Administration review concluded the shots remain safe and effective for at least 4.5 months. In February, The FDA originally authorized J&J's vaccine for up to 3 months when stored at normal refrigeration levels. Thursday's announcement comes after state officials warned that many doses in storage would expire before the end of the month. And finally, in entertainment news, Carrie Underwood has another reason to rejoice. She extended her record as the most decorated artist in the history of the CMT Music Awards thanks to her song Hallelujah. The music video for the singer's hit, a collaboration with John Legend, was named Video of the Year at this week's show, which aired from Nashville, Tennessee. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's on time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. See your future looking bright. Optimism is a powerful motivator because when you create an optimistic attitude, you visualize the fulfillment of your dream. Negativity will convince you there is little reason to even pursue your goals. When you approach the world optimistically, you are able to see the vast number of opportunities that will lead you to your goal and success. As you go forward, you are able to let go of any forces holding you back. You create the belief and the knowing that you are capable of meeting and overcoming any challenge. Positive thoughts become the forward-thinking actions you need to succeed. Today, be optimistic about your future. And as always, enjoy the day.
Best-selling author Jill Shalvis is featured in today's Entertainment Spotlight, right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Best-selling author Jill Shalvis joined me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, to talk about her literary journey and new book, Love for Beginners. Here's a bit of our conversation.
You've been doing a lot of conversations around this book already, Jill, but how does it feel now that the world is kind of opening back up to have a new book to celebrate the summer?
Oh, it's super exciting. Last year was hard, as everybody knows. And I had two releases last year, one in the beginning of the pandemic, one right in the smack of last summer when the pandemic was really at its worst. And to make it worse, it was Black Lives Matter Tuesday, so nobody was in the stores last year. So it's so exciting for me to finally have a book out and people are actually going back to stores. I'm very excited. I can't wait to go see it on the shelf.
Well, I mean, releasing a new book is not new to you, Jill, but I have to say this. I mean, I was saying to you before we went on here, I mean, people kind of have gotten to know, even though we may not know where you're going to take us in the book. Like when I started Love for Beginners, I wasn't really sure where it was going to go. But you have these ingredients that you've become known for, you know, being able to give us characters that are memorable, relatable, but also the stories are fun, but also thought-provoking. Do you think that kind of is the formula that has made you so beloved over the years?
I think what readers respond to when it comes to my writing in particular is it's kind of like comfort food. It's mac and cheese. It's cinnamon sugar toast. Do you know what I mean? Like people come to a Shalvis book, I think, to, you know, they're going to be guaranteed some humor and some heat and some family and friends and a sense of community for sure. But I'm not going to kill any dogs. I'm not going to leave you crying in sadness at the end. And it may not end how you think it's going to end, but there will be something really great about it. So I think it's comfort food, honestly.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this edition of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on Monday with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make today amazing. Take care.